Not everybody's going to be for you. You're not for everybody. I'm Dom Jackson with Day by Day Media, and this is my daily vlog where I document the process of me building my agency, Day by Day Media. And, going through the process of building your personal brand, making your personal brand for your business, for your capacity, what you're going for. You got your values, you got your things you believe in, you got your things that you won't compromise on, and everything that your truths that are absolutely true to you. And those won't always align with everyone else's. And being able to put yourself in a position to be able to move with that, with business, with anything. I guess just thinking about that more, for myself anyway, with the content I put out, how I phrase certain things, how I say things, how am I going to frame Day by Day Media, how I'm going to frame myself in the view of the public, and being comfortable with, that will alienate this type of people, but then I will bring in this type of people, and being fully comfortable in the skin of who I am and how I want to be perceived. Which is like, it makes a lot of sense when you say it out loud, but when you're living it and actually practicing it, and someone's like, I don't like this guy because I don't like this, and you miss out on business for it. It's like a real thing, real repercussions that actually affect your bottom line. Now, to what extent you want to go out with it, it's something I'm thinking about what things I actually will talk about. Even the cursing thing is something that I'm definitely going to have in it, but not the same capacity because I'm just changing it for me. But really knowing that the more you find your tribe, the more you just put yourself out there in the best light for you. And really just thinking that the way the world works, from my frame point, is everything's just neutral, and then your actions and your energy and your emotions, the way you speak about things and talk about things and frame things, is how other people know how to treat them. And going through the process of growing and changing, you have to change the frame of view you view yourself. And then you have to figure out how to show yourself to other people as the self you want to be seen for you and your business. So as you go through your changes from personal brand to personal standpoint, or I guess how I go through this process, just from doing these videos alone, I'm really, really thinking about who I am and what is Day by Day Media really about. One of the key principles of what I want to do with this is to inspire new ideas with great storytelling. That's one of the key principles of Day by Day Media for sure. But really just looking at what are the no's and what are the yeses? What is the narrative I want to create? What is my truth? What is the truth? A lot of time on that today. Outreach goals. Also, I really went down and laid out my structure now, because I really like the 1-on-1,000 principle. I really want to embody that. Day by Day Media is Day by Day Media because you take things one at a time and you take it day by day. But it's really because it's my religion for improvement. I'm very an everyday person to get better at something. So, today I sat down and I was like, all right, I'm going to get better at these things. I can feel as I do more of certain things, my brain's like, all right, if I'm going to get better at this, I have to really do this. And today my brain was like, all right, I'm ready to commit to become obsessed with this. I need to work on my obsessed muscle, because the obsessed muscle gets you through the point of just being okay. And I'm very okay at a lot of things. But I need to start being exceptional at the thing I want to be exceptional at. And in order to be exceptional, you have to be obsessed. In order to be obsessed, you have to work on that obsession muscle, the metaphorically layer of obsession that it takes to be this, all the details of each thing. So with that, I decide how I'm going to start my day every day until further notice, basically. So long my work day anyway. I always meditate every day. That's something I do every day regardless. But as far as like before I even started doing any of the work, first thing, fiscal goals, as far as like my saving number I got to hit for the fund, what it takes to get to that number, hit like, what things will have to change on the goal side as far as fiscally, this, and this, what things will have to change action-wise, my actual day-to-day life to hit that. Then it's going completely hardcore into the DMs, mostly in Facebook because I've had the most success there. So I can really document the process on a 7-day scoop and really have like gems on what things I'm doing, what's working cadence-wise on there. And I just chose that because I already was doing it. I still have the 100 outreach for 100 days. And I really just want to really get down on the nitty-gritty of each thing. So like, all right, if you had nothing to do and wanted to do cold DMs to get yourself in a better position, what would you do? And Facebook's the spot that I do Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, but Facebook's the one I've had the most just volume in. And I like that the Facebook group is like a real gem that I think puts in a different tier from the other two. And I like the organic on Facebook as well. So I'm just gonna go there first. I'll do everything, but Facebook's the one I'm gonna go in first. So it's like every day, first 4 hours of the day of the work day, go in, outreach. And then Facebook has like a setup where you can only hit up so many people. Like it's 33 if you go through just cold messages. You only do 33 cold messages a day. So even if I do 33 cold messages, I did that today, but I have a list. I created a Google sheet of 300 people inside the group that I'm gonna have to DM for the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So I can have my list already set up, like the problem I was having before. So I can really just churn out like, oh, this is like the things I'm doing for my DM script to get the leads. This is how I find a group. This is how I qualify a group. This is how I know what type of people inside the group fit my need. This is how I look at a content or a post of a hashtag to find on Facebook to do this. So I can really just work on my system of finding people through Facebook and then using the DM process of getting them into my funnel and really just detailing that whole thing. One, because I'm becoming obsessed, working on the obsession. Two, I need to have it systemized so I can have SOPs to show my team. Three, the skill set of just knowing like, okay, this is my process of going through it. Just like I went through swimming. I swim 3 times a week, roughly, since December. And I've gotten so much better than that. So now it's like every day. What is every day gonna turn me into for this? You know what I mean? I'm on your app every day, looking at people, looking at groups, trying to find these things. Every day I'm doing this. Every day, day by day. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that crazy out. And this is just like my format of my crazy. Even like what crazy means to me. But anyway, watching this to get the idea of it too. To go back to the framework of each thing, of the leveling of just being just what you actually are, or trying to perceive yourself. Crazy, obsession. So like all crazy really means to me is being outside the norm. Like, and being outside the norm has 3 different levels to me. There's weird, which means it's not normal, but it's not really like beneficial. It's just weird. Like you walk in and someone's like, ah! And randomly, like, it didn't really change anything. It's just weird. It's not the norm. So it's weird. And crazy is like, you go do something and they're like, I'm gonna bite you. Which is kind of like, it's crazy because it's like, it's a little malicious, If they bit you, it would have been weird. It would have been weird, but then it would have been crazy because it would have been out of the norm and it may not have been good. Then like genius is like the same, but it's so insightful that people are like, oh shoot, that's a new level of thought I never thought about. And that's like, you're walking by and someone's like, you can do, I have no idea what the genius would be like. A regular day, someone's like, hey, your shoes untied. If you tie your shoes, if you buy these type of shoes, you don't have to tie your shoes anymore. It'll save you so much more time. Whatever that thing would be, but like something that is so profound and new. Maybe not crazy is the word I want to use right now, because the way I describe it, crazy sound bad. But I'm definitely becoming obsessed, and I'm getting outside the norm, and my thinking patterns are changing. I already feel myself being like, all right, this. Because like now I become more focused on one thing. I have to change everything else that I'm doing. So even like how I'm as a person, Like things I normally would say or do, I'm like, no, you don't gotta do that anymore. That's not it. And it's a weird process. Weird. It's a weird process. I go weird for what I'm saying. Because you like know your old thinking patterns, but you don't want to go into them. And you know your new thinking patterns you want to acquire, or at least some of them, but it's like, I'm not used to being here, but you will be. So even the difference between doing video 1 of this and then doing this now, I don't even feel like it's so easy. I look at this, I'm talking for like 12 minutes. I'm like, dang, I'm not gonna talk for that long. Needless to say, whatever, everybody watching this, or how I'm doing just watching this, I'm working on learning to be more obsessive so that I can find the obsession in the next thing I want to get obsessed at. So I'm picking things that already align with what I'm doing to become obsessed so that I can work on that obsessive trait to get good at whatever I need to get good at, while also understanding that my new identity as a person is to become the person that I want to be based on what I want to happen, So there's a great quote of like, when does a pile of sand become a heap of sand? And you just keep adding sand each time. It's 1 grain, then it's like 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 9, 10, 30, 100. When does it go from being a grain to a pile to a heap? And you got to find out how to become your heap of who you want to be by putting one little piece of sand in at a time. So as always, take 1 step at a time. You'll get there day by day.